50 Cent, dissed by Maino and Papoose. I am in complete shock. Let me break this down for you real quick. What's up, everybody? I go by the name of Doggie Diamonds. This is Doggie Diamonds TV. I ain't been on here in a while doing this, but I had to do this because this is NYC on steroids right now. 50 Cent had to deal with the Harris family, had to deal with the Let's Rap About It. But then now, one of the heavy hitters, as far as lyricism, Papoose stepped into the ring and didn't just drop bars in the car. He actually went in the booth and shot visuals. Now, let's not forget about Maino. So let's start with Papoose. He did the Agent Provocateur song. And Papoose is Papoose, so you know he's gonna rap. Hard to beat Papoose when it comes to raps. When it comes to diss records, it ain't about hits all the time. We ain't gotta say that. Papoose can rhyme, and we gotta give him his credit for being able to rap. It's not always about hit records. A lot of people who could rap never made a hit record, but you know who they are. As long as you are a household name to a certain extent, or you known in your local area, that's all that matters. Maino, did the N-words bleed? Of course, this is both Brooklyn, so I am a little Brooklyn biased, but this is New York City, and they both went in the booth. And Maino went in there immediately. I don't know if Maino had that already in the tuck and just waited for 50 to say something and then just dropped. But he dropped immediately too after 50 Cent put the joint out with Max B, who puts Max B in an awkward situation because Max B now looks like he's a part of co-signing, dissing Jim, Fab, Maino, and Dave East, who's supposed to be his man. Did y'all take it like that? Or is Max B just don't have nothing to do with it? Or the fact that 50 used Max B's record to do the diss, does that involve Max B? I don't know. Leave y'all opinion in there. But let me tell you why I'm shocked. Because for one, it was a particular time in a culture that you didn't play with 50 Cent. You didn't want no problems with 50 Cent. And I'm not talking about the street because honestly, 50 Cent got his credibility outside in them streets. So does Papoose and so does Maino. Ain't none of them no punks. Ain't nobody running down on 50 Cent and doing nothing. Ain't nobody running down on Maino and doing nothing. And Pap got hands too. So ain't nobody gonna run down on any of them individuals one-on-one and do anything. So we not talking about that. We talking about 50 Cent's power and influence in the culture. How he was able to call your record label and put a stop to what was going on at your record label. How he was able to stop the audience from messing with certain artists via his influence and his say-so, in the way he was relentless of how he dissed people. And it was a particular time where you didn't want that smoke and them problems with him. So reason why I'm saying I'm shocked, because have the times have changed now where you got dudes directly dissing 50 Cent, calling them box, aka PUSSY, and all that. I just thought I would never see a time where anybody from New York City would try him like that. Yeah, D Block did their thing. Others have did their thing, but it was shocking to me from Papoose and Maino because I know 50 Cent has helped both of them before in different ways. I remember at one point, 50 used to always bring Pap out. He would have little shows. He would have, not little shows, but that's just a figure of speech in New York. He would have shows. He would have outings and events in New York City. He always invited Pap. Pap came out, got the bust a rhyme or whatever. Anything, he always kept Pap in the loop as much as he could. And Maino, we already know, he helped him with his situation over at Atlantic. And that was what's shocking to me, that they so tired of him. They like, yo, I don't give a what you did for me. Let's rap. And I like the fact that it's music. I like the fact that they went in the booth. But I ain't gonna front. I am shocked by Maino and Papoose going at 50 because, like I said, at one particular point, 50 was so powerful in the streets of New York City that dissing him just was a lot that came with that, just from his influence and how everybody wanted to be a part of that G Unit train when it was riding how it was riding. So I don't know if it's the sign of the times. I don't know if it's the internet. I don't know if people don't look at 50 Cent as he's as powerful as he used to be. I mean, of course, he not as musically, but we're not gonna act like 50 Cent can't rap and can't make records. But I think this is forcing him to come back outside, and he might be using this as the fuel to make it make sense to rap again. Because at this point, like I told y'all before, it's not that he's scared of anybody rapping. I think he's scared of himself, and he had these great numbers. It's hard to top that, right? So the last time I did the video about 50 Cent being scared, people misinterpret. You know, a lot of times y'all read headlines and y'all don't read into context. Y'all don't even listen. Y'all just see the title and just start talking. I wasn't saying he was scared of anybody. He's scared of himself. So now he has a reason to rap. Now he has a reason to respond. And I'm big on responses. I'm not really big on memes and texts and trolling and all that. I like the raps that comes out of all of this because it keeps it going. Is it a little disheartening that it's New York City or New York City? But hey, man, despite what anybody think, New York ain't never get along. That's New York has always dealt with tribalism. And I could kind of explain Papoose and Maino because we Brooklyn dudes. And Brooklyn dudes, we're very, very particular about who we deal with. And when we don't rock with somebody or rock with somebody no more, it just, yo, that's just we just loners. And 50 Cent, he moved like a Brooklyn dude. But 50 Cent is New York City. But again, I'm shocked that they actually took it there with him because it was a particular point where he had New York on lock. The radio, like your 50 Cent diss record wasn't getting no burn. Nobody wanted to go against that G Unit 50 Cent machine. I mean, they had Shade 4-5. So if you go against 50, you're not getting played on Shade 4-5 because it's owned by Eminem. Look what happened with Green Lantern, where he was working with Eminem, and then Jadakiss leaked that Green Lantern conversation. There was just so much power and influence that 50 had in New York City. You was getting shut down if you went against that. You had to be from somewhere else to go against that. If you was a New Yorker going against 50 Cent, it didn't work. And again, if D Block wasn't so strong in their dealings with one another, their family and their camaraderie, they wouldn't have survived it too. And then we can say they survived it, but if I'm not mistaken, and don't quote me, but I think Styles had a problem when they were at Interscope, D Block. And Dipset didn't really survive it either because they was never really the same after Cameron got on the phone and dissed 50 Cent. And I explained that situation in my J.R. Writer Band YouTube video. Go back and look at that. Matter of fact, I'm gonna make that the first video pinned down here. And make sure you check out my Woody from Drew Hill interview too. But yo, I'm shocked they went at 50 because if this was 99, 2000, 2001, it would not have happened. 50 could have said whatever he wanted about anybody, and they would act like they ain't even hear it. So shout out to Maino, shout out to Papoose, shout out to 50. Of course, Uncle Murder and Tony Yayo, those are my bros right there. And I know all parties involved. I know 50 a little bit. We met once, but everybody else, I've been around them hundreds of times. And shout out to everybody just for making music. And hopefully a lot of this stay on wax because I see it starts getting a little personal and people start calling people the P word and all that stuff. And it get a little spooky when all that stuff take place. But let me know what y'all think about this, man. I'm Doggie Diamonds. This is Doggie Diamonds TV. Before you go, let me give you some info really quick. If you want to get interviewed on Doggie Diamonds TV, just hit me up at Doggie Diamonds on Instagram. Listen, you want to hop on this special offer because this is the 35-minute interview that includes my social media promo. It could be live stream or tape, and an additional guest can be in your interview. And matter of fact, as I say it, listen, I'm still doing $100 per post packages. That includes the social media, and it's the YouTube community, the Instagram stories, my Threads account, and my X account. Make sure you hop on this. Hit me up, everything at Doggie Diamonds for an interview or just a social media promo. Until next time, you already know. Make sure you click that logo if you want to subscribe to the YouTube. And make sure you click these 2 related videos too so you can watch more content. And don't forget,
Doggie Diamonds did this.
Did you hear what I said? I said
Doggie Diamonds did this.
that was offbeat, but whatever.